What up, world? You already know what it is. It's your boy Matt. This is the host with the most. Don't need to brag no boast. All I do is give the toast to the real host. Paperweight. The real wait for us play to play. Yo, man, I'm gonna have a good show for y'all tonight, man. I know y'all always hear me talk about, shit that's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Who's really down for us and who's not. Or like Mr. Music Fuller said, it's either you're white or you're non-white. Racist or non-racist, you know what I'm saying? And the racists could only be the people who could subjugate non-white people, you know what I'm saying? So by definition, black people cannot be racist. I understand that. But there's a lot of suspect niggas out here, you know what I'm saying? Suspect niggas that's coming to the place. You gotta really see what's good out there. If these motherfuckers ain't taking a position, it could be detrimental to you and the people around you, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and listen to what Tariq Nasheed had to say about this whole situation. And I'm gonna swing back around for y'all.
And there's something definitely going on, funny style going on with the voting. We all know that.
Everything is going down, man.
But family, we gotta understand what's going on out
here.
You question everything. You don't take anything for face value. Just like last week when I was showing that clip of those Sambos sitting there talking about, yo, you can get the vaccine. I mean, it ain't like those Yeezys. I mean, ain't nobody doing all that old just Yeezy stuff no more. Yeezy good people, they done took
always
Democratic votes and everything like that.
Those who believe in white
supremacy. They're sitting there telling you to trust the people in the medical field. Did y'all see this white nurse out there? I think she was in Oklahoma somewhere, or Nebraska. This white nurse, let me show y'all this. This white nurse was up here in a hospital throwing up a white power sign right here. This woman right here, she's a nurse. Hold on. So this is a nurse in her nurse uniform at work throwing up a white power sign. Now, she done been fired and everything. They done fired her ass. Her name Marie K. something. I forgot her name. So she got Trump stuff all on her page, all of this suspected white supremacist stuff on her social media. And, the hospital immediately fired her. When they said what they did, they were like, well, she's a contracted nurse. She works on contract. We canceled her contract and big deal. That's how you know a lot of these. You understand? They lost some sauce. Better come back. So folks like this, guys, these are the people that we're told to trust. Now, I want to know, firing her ain't good enough. I want to know what black people was in that damn hospital and what happened to them. Yeah, I want to know about the black people in those hospitals that she worked at and what happened to them.
What happened to them? Exactly.
They basically should have got transferred, but yeah, basically. It was in North Carolina? Okay, it was in North Carolina. Family, this is why, again, we have to start understanding power. We got to start getting into the mindset of taking care of ourselves independently of white supremacist society. This is what the theme is. This is going back to the theme of what we're talking about today. We're going to have to learn how to take care of ourselves and get into the mindset of taking care of ourselves independently of the dominant society. Let me show you another clip. Speaking of the medical game, there was a sister who worked, I think she was working as a nurse, and she took the vaccine. And I'll just show you what happened, because sometimes if you put a commentary to it, they'll try to flag you for not being in the right context. I'm going to let this sister speak for herself. This sister took the COVID vaccine, and look at this. Some of y'all probably seen this before. Hold on.
Y'all preaching the COVID vaccine. Y'all crazy.
Hi, I am a registered nurse in Nashville, Tennessee, and my name is Kaliba Mitchell. I'm reaching out to everyone about the COVID-19 vaccination. I I recently,
Guys, by the way, that white nurse who took the vaccine and fainted, wasn't she in Nashville too? Family, help me out.
Yes, she
Wasn't
was.
that white nurse,
Yeah, she was in Tennessee.
wasn't she in Nashville too?
I don't know if she was in Nashville, but I know she was in Tennessee. Tennessee's in Nashville.
I think that nurse was in that white nurse was in Nashville. But anyway, let me play this. Let me play the rest of it. Hold on. Okay. Hold on.
recently took the COVID-19 vaccination. After the shot, I felt fine, but within 30 days, I went to the doctor because I had problems with my face. The whole left side of my face, actually. I have Bell palsy now. And as you can see, I can't smile. Like I'm trying to smile. I'm scared embarrassed. But I just want everyone to know that I think this vaccination is the worst thing ever. And I would not give this to anybody, even my worst enemy. Please, America, they do not care about us. Do not take this vaccination.
Okay. Now, I won't even play the clip of that other sister who was saying, hey, man, I'm in the hospital with COVID. The doctors, the white doctors, on some racist shit. She died. You got black people out here on their damn deathbeds out here talking about this stuff. Now, the white woman that I mentioned earlier, that nurse who fainted, I don't know how true this is. Let me preface it with that. But a lot of people are saying that that woman died. That woman who fainted after she took the vaccine, the white woman died. A lot of people are saying that that woman died. I won't say hey or nay because I don't want them to say, hey, you're spreading conspiracies or whatever. But a lot of people are saying that white woman died. You dig? So this thing is heavy out here. We got to get into the mindset, guys. The white supremacist dude. We got to get into the mindset of handling our own business. Family, we talk about holding power. We talk about power. Do we have the mindset to maintain power? We got to have the mindset to maintain power. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button. Hit that thumbs up button, hit the like button, guys. We heavy in here. Hit that thumbs up button, make it real. Hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. But listen, this virus, this pandemic that's going on out here, it's hitting white people more than they're openly admitting. It's hitting them too. It's hitting us. It's hitting them too. They're not really admitting it. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, we know 2040 is coming up, and white society, they're going to be a minority here. But understand this. Because it's so delicate for them, we don't know what will happen with white society. Yeah? Family, what if, for whatever reason, some type of natural occurrence or whatever, what if in 2045, not only do white people become the minority, something happens, there's a virus or something that hits white people.
It is white
Shit, damn near every white person on the planet just falls dead. I'm just saying hypothetically. I'm talking about hypothetical situations because when you're talking about delicate societies, certain things could happen like that. White people are already less than 10% of the global population. All right, so hypothetically, family, let's say white people, something happens, another pandemic. What if another pandemic comes along and really white people just get wiped out? What will happen then? All right, you wake up, hypothetically, you wake up tomorrow, whatever, a new strain of COVID come along, and it hits white people, and white people just start dropping and start disappearing. It's a mayonnaise strain of COVID. It starts hitting people who consume a lot of mayonnaise, and white people just, unfortunately, I say unfortunately because we don't want no genocide of anybody, but let's say white people just start falling dead. No, hypothetically, no, you're not reaching. I want you to understand this. Certain cultures and groups of people have been wiped off this planet. Native Tasmanians, they were completely wiped off the planet. The British and those guys went over there to Tasmania and wiped out all the native Tasmanians.
Seems to me that our ancestors is fighting for us.
The last one living was a sister named Truganini. I think that's right. In the 1800s.
You understand?
One of the last ones living. But all the native Tasmanians, they wiped it all off. People can get wiped off. You understand? But let's say hypothetically, you woke up, guys, tomorrow and there's no white people. What would you do? If you woke up tomorrow, there were no white people.
Are actually a minority on this planet.
You go to work, all the white bosses are dead. The first thing, niggas will celebrate. Some niggas will celebrate, you know. Some will. Some people be sad. You be confused. No white. First of all, let me tell you what's going to happen. What would happen?
What's going to happen to them?
If white people disappear tomorrow morning, let's just say they just disappear.
They just mad.
Niggas are going to be, first, all the Nike stores are going to be raided. They're going to raid all the Nike stores. The weave stores, there's bundles of weaves going to be raided, okay? The Nikes and weaves are going to go, that's going to be the first thing to go. The flat screen TVs, it's going to be that type of shit. Nikes, weave, flat screen TVs, okay? Now, after a month of Nike weaves, flat screen TVs, then all of the Bentleys and the Range Rovers, cats are going to get all those. I'm telling you how it's going to go down. All the Range Rovers, they're going to go into the dealerships and get all the Range. It's just going to be a free-for-all. It's going to be one giant Freaknik party for about 6 months. Okay? Now, I won't say it won't last that long because, no, 6 months is too long. I give it a month. I give it a month. It'll be a one nationwide Freaknik party. Okay?
Y'all motherfuckers.
And then what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to put gas in all those cars that you got from the dealership. Why? Because nobody's out here refining the oil. See, we got to look at all the technical things. So now ain't nobody refining the oil to put in the car, so you can't drive the cars no more. You can't get gas. Nobody's refining it. Black folks aren't refining the oil. A lot of black folks don't know how to. You've been locked out of that industry. Now, the weave shops, you don't have established trade to go over there to Malaysia and India to get the weaves. You don't control the air or the shipping. So now those weaves going to look raggedy in a month. And since all the weaves are going to be taken out, they're going to be taken out of the stores. Okay? Them weaves are going to look real raggedy in a month. And there's not going to be no more weave bundle hairs nowhere. So you can't. Now where you going to go? Now you're going to have a bunch of cars abandoned on the road, and you're going to have a bunch of chicken head weaves walking around. Got it? Also, after that 1 month of turning up, with all the white people gone, everybody's going to be in the dark. The electricity is going to go out. All the electricity is going to go out because nobody's maintaining the electrical power grids. Black folks aren't maintaining that. I'm telling you how this shit is going to go. See, we don't look at a society from this perspective, how to maintain a society. When the white people go, we're not running those industries. Okay? So now the power's going to go out. Then the internet is going to go out. Nobody's maintaining the servers. So now you can't post on the gram no more. You can't thought it up. You can't show your coochie on OnlyFans. All of that is gone. No more OnlyFans. No more Instagram fountain. None of that stuff. Yeah? So now what you're going to do? So now everybody's going to be in the dark. All the grocery stores are going to be raided. You're going to get all the food from the grocery stores. There's going to be food shortages. There's going to be plumbing backed up. Nobody's going to be refining and curing the water and all of that stuff. So now, a lot of folks out here don't know how to live off Earth. They don't know how to go out here and refine things. None of this stuff. You how things are going to be. We're going to start looking at it like this. Yeah? Cats ain't out here on these farms. Again, cats ain't out here building houses like grandpa and grandma used to do. Back in the day, those black men back in the day, they knew how to get out there and build houses. Some of y'all who got grandparents and grandparents, I'm talking about old school. If you are in the South and your family has a house that was built between the 1940s and the mid-60s, I can almost guarantee your granddad or your great-granddad built that house. If you are a black person and you live in the South and your family has had a house that was built between the 1940s to 1960s, your granddad or your great-granddad built that damn house, and that house is still standing. Why? Because those black men knew how to build some damn houses back in the day. Those houses are still sturdy today. They would build those houses. They knew how to put them on strong foundations. Them black men knew how to put up a damn house back in the day. They were very thorough. Black men were the go-to folks for building houses at one point. Out here in Los Angeles, Paul Revere Williams was a black man who really built a lot of these structures out here in early Los Angeles. He helped design LAX, a whole bunch of the LA courthouse downtown. He was the go-to architect out here in Los Angeles. The whole concept of houses in the hill came from this guy, putting houses all in the Hollywood Hills. The black dude. Yeah? My grandfather built my grandmother's house that's out there in Leeds, Alabama, still standing. Those black men back in the day knew how to build them damn houses on strong foundations. They were thorough with building them houses. Them houses are still sturdy to this day. Yeah? But the thing is, we got to get into the position of holding power. Who's going to get out here and do the hard work? See, we're told we're supposed to be out here flossing and showing out and, blinging and all that stuff. But in order to maintain a society, somebody has to get down there and do the dirty work. Meaning, you got to get your hands dirty. You got to get out there in the soil. Meaning, you got to get out there and climb on top of the towers. You got to get the power grids working. See, everything ain't about glamour. Are you ready to hold power? See, in order to hold power, you got to put in more work. A lot of folks don't want to do that. This is why in places like Haiti, when they got the white people out of there, Henry Christophe and Dessalines and all these folks, the coons of the society started targeting them because they were like, hey, look, we got these white people out of here, these white supremacists, but we got work to do. Mm-hmm. We got to work harder now because we got to maintain our country. They were like, well, no, nigga, we're going to kill you because we're still trying to party. We're trying to have a turn up. You trying to get us to work? No, man, we got to party and bullshit. Now look at that.
Seriously got to get,
Yeah?
You're not serious about that. You're serious about Jack.
What are we going to do if there's no more white society? So you got to start thinking like that.
No more white society. Huh.
Somebody said, see, you said, am I being anti-black? How so? Now, let's be real. Are any of us running these power grids? Let's be real. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. Are there enough of us who know how to run power grids? Let's just be real. So we got to stop being in fantasy world. See, we got to stop being in fantasy world and getting your feelings hurt and your thong in your ass. No, we got to talk real. We have to talk real. You understand? We're going to have to be real. We got to get into the mindset of maintaining things. We'll find a way. No, you better get your mind right now. Don't find a way at the last minute. And what happens is everybody's scrounging and scurrying and scratching. You better be in that mindset now. You better start learning skills now. So you'll already be, look, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. See, I'm hearing shit in the chat room. We'll find a way. We just gonna find a way. That's project talk. That's that good times Florida Avenue. We just gonna find a way, James. I don't know what they did getting all this cash. That's that Florida Avenue shit. We find a way. No, you plan. You create a way. You create a way. No, don't fuck all that pie in the sky wishing for the best. No, that's nigga thinking. No, you create a way. You get in the right mindset and be ready. You already should be in a position where you're going out of your way to be self-sufficient. You understand? You go out of your way and start doing things so that you can be more self-sufficient. Learn how to get you a garden going on. I grew up with a grandmother who had a garden. I grew up with black folks who go out here getting that dirt and grow things and maintain themselves. See, that's an advantage that a lot of us who were around our Southern parents and grandparents, that was an advantage we had. I'm talking about some of us old school folks. That was an advantage we had to actually see our grandmothers and great grandmothers would get out there and plant their own food. You understand? We would see that. We could see our grandmothers and grandfathers out there planting their own food. If you got some of those real true to the game grandparents, they would slaughter their own hogs and their own animals. They'd go out there with a chicken and pluck that motherfucker and put it in the skillet. They were self-sufficient. You understand? We need to talk real talk right now. See? We need to be in the mindset now of running businesses, so when things go down, we know how to stock, supply, create, sell. We already have an infrastructure in order to maintain things and have a network of people. We need to be in the mindset of establishing it. You understand? I'm just giving y'all some game of what we already need to have. I know how to correspond with folks in different countries. I got hookups for different products all over the world. See, we got to be in the mindset of doing business. Just in case white mommy and white daddy ain't around no more. What are you going to do? How are you going to feed yourself? How are you going to light up your home? Do you have any solar-powered devices around your home, just in case there's an emergency? Are you stocked up on food? Are you stocked up on perishables? Are you stocked up on dry food? I mean, you got to be ready. Yeah, we got to have our own Silk Road. We got to have our own plug. We got to have our own network. I mean, this is why at the Foundational Black American Conference, you got to rub elbows with other Black business-minded people. See, there's a reason why we do stuff like this. When we had our convention, you were around Black people who were about business. Not only Black people who were running stores and they were selling items, there were a lot of Black people at the convention who were lawyers. There were Black people who were doctors. There were Black people who were educators. You see, we got to have those plugs. Because see, we're lacking in a lot of industries. I remember when we had our second son, Asia, we had a doula black doula who helped deliver our second son. And this sister, I forgot what the sister's name is. This was the only black doula in Los Angeles. This is a city with what? 3-4 million people? How many people in LA? This is a city with about 3-4 million people. There was only one sister who was a doula. One. This was the only black doula in the whole city of umpteen million people. How many ever million we have? You know? Your wife is a doula, that's what's up. But this was the only certified sister. Your niece is a doula. Yeah, that's good money in that. You know? But yeah, we got to understand how to handle business. So you're a black doula, yeah, there's good money in that. There's good money. This sister was real sought out too. She was a lot of people were seeking her out. But I want us to get into the mindset of running businesses, handling business. Because that's what when we talk about power, see, we got to start thinking in terms of maintaining power. A lot of folks think power is getting white people to give you shit. A job, or white people to acknowledge you. No, power is putting yourself in a position to do all of these things and to protect yourself and your resources. See, that's power. You know? We got to understand the game. Yeah, LA, man, it's kind of sad out here. The black folks have been pushed out of LA. Man, you go around LA, man, and just don't see black folks like you used to do. Unfortunately, and I'm talking about you go down to South Central and don't see a whole bunch of black folks now. Yeah, black folks have been pushed out to the Palmdales and the Inland Empires and all those places out here. Yeah. But family, we got to be in a position, and we got to start being 100 with each other. We got to be real with each other. And when I was doing, I'm working on buck breaking right now. And the material, guys, it's a lot of heavy material in this movie, man. This movie has a lot of heavy material in it. There's a lot of deep stuff in it. Some of it is like kind of explicit to a certain degree. Yeah. And I was thinking like, damn, this might be just too much. Should I order this stuff down? This is too much. And I said, nah, we need this information. The people need it. We need this information. So I'm going to show y'all a story, guys. Because these people are waging warfare on us. They're waging warfare on us, guys. And we got to be in a position to be on top of our shit. I want to show y'all something. This is a white man who adopted a black kid, and now he's dating I guess the kid is 17 now, or 8, not 17, but 18 or 19 now, I think. Now look at this. This is very disturbing. This guy was like, yo, this is my lover, my rock. He adopted me at 16 when my mother was on crack and unable to care for me. Paul adopted me, and I moved in, and I fell in love with this man and his whole being. He fed me, bought me luxury items, and gave me a car. After we first had sex, I had to think if I wanted to publicly announce our relationship or keep it a secret. I was 17. We travel, fight, fuck, we love, we bicker. His friend wants me to find him a boy who looks like me.
Wow. Y'all see this shit?
Okay. Family, if this is real, this is the case. He's all on Facebook, booed up with white daddy.
Showing y'all, man. There's an agenda. Oh,
Family, we don't really, I don't really have time to play with niggas no more, man. When stuff like this is going down, I'm not really here to play with y'all, right? When stuff like this is happening, yeah, we're gonna have to just get to the nitty gritty about this type of sick shit, dude.
that's crazy.
This is butt breaking. This is why, family, we have to debrief our folks. This is why we got to start being in positions of power so that this type of filth, we won't be susceptible to this type of filth, guys. This type of sick ass filth is what happens when you have been butt broken as a society and as a group.
What's wrong with y'all? It's crazy.
That's sick. And what's sick about it, now, this happens all the time. Just the fact that they're so cool with being open about it, it shows, okay, look, he's white. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. That's his mentality. Hell, I can be public with one of the kids I adopted and I done buck broke him and now I'm openly dating them. See, that's the part of white supremacy, to display your sickness. Because this ain't new. Let's be clear. They do this all the time. They're just, it's bold because they're publicly coming out with it. But this is what happens. I done told y'all, with black kids who get adopted by these damn troglodytes, this is what happens. They get these black kids and they traffic them, turn them out, and buck break them. They never turn out straight. Never. I told y'all. Whenever these white folks adopt these black kids, it never turns out right. Yeah? It never turns out right. Yeah? My guys. My sons are going to watch Christmas lights.
They're wrong in her children. They're all fucked up in the game, man. She got little boy that's just a little girl.
Okay, give me those. Okay. Sorry about that.
Kids are young.
Yeah, man. That's some sick ass nonsense, man. That's some sick nonsense. When we do buck breaking, guys, even though there's a lot of explicit stuff in the film, I still want y'all to watch it with your kids. I'm warning y'all now. There's a lot of explicit, because we need to see this stuff. We need to talk about it and say what's going on and why it's going on and how long it's been going on. That's why I'm doing this movie. That's why I'm doing this movie. And we're going deep, and we're talking about, we're going back into the history of Europe, where we're going back to let you know the mindset of these folks, dude. We're letting you the mind. We gotta break it all the way down so that folks can understand. Because niggas be walking into these traps. So no, I want to be adopted by some good white folks. Y'all think y'all think that it's gonna be like an episode of Different Strokes, where you're gonna get to be the poor black kid living with Mr. Drummond, the wealthy white man, getting all types of cars and trips and all that. Notice what dude said. Dude, the 18, 19-year-old dude, however he is, he was like, well, yeah, he the things. Yeah, this good white man, he fucked me, but he bought me a bunch of stuff. See, this is why we gotta focus on resources. When you are lacking resources, you're easy to be turned out. When you're lacking resources, you can be turned the hell out. But this happens a lot with these adopted black kids who are adopted by these white people. It's always some kind of sexual deviancy that's going on. It never fails. We in here heavy, guys. We almost got 9,000 people in here. We're in here heavy, see?
No, Tarika spins.
And this is totally acceptable, unacceptable for being, with foundational Black American. We don't play that type of shit. With kids being trafficked, that's something we do not have an open pedophile culture in foundational Black American society. You know? Yeah, butt breaking is going to be a monster. Bro, we break down not just the butt breaking that went on the plantations, but hell, we talk about the butt breaking that went on with the white Arabs who encountered Black people, who would turn them into eunuchs. This has been going on for a long time. The butt breaking has been going on for a minute. We bring it all the way home, bro. We bring it home. We're here 9,000 deep. We're here heavy. We're in here heavy.
They hate the fact that we do it the way we
But family, when it comes to power,
that's what they hate.
And holding on to power, being prepared to hold on to power. See, a lot of folks don't want that. A lot of folks don't want us to be in a position of holding on to power. A lot of people don't want in Black society, they don't want Black folks running the show, because now, when Black folks are running the show, there's no more Section 8. You understand? Ain't no more Section 8. It ain't gonna be no more wet pussy challenge all day. You see? See, niggas gonna have to get serious. See, when there is no white mommy and white daddy, now you're gonna have to get serious. Who's gonna maintain those satellites that's up in the air? You know, those satellites that's orbiting the Earth, they have to be maintained. Who understands rocket science and astrology and astronomy and all this? Who understands this stuff? See? Astrophysics. Who understands this stuff? See? We got to get serious. You can't do the wet pussy challenge and have these satellites floating around. Somebody's going to have to maintain the satellites. Niggas can't be out here on some lean and all this old shit. You can't be over there in the motherland with cake soap and $5 weed. Somebody's going to have to start getting busy. Huh? We got to start maintaining society and getting into the mindset of doing it now. You see?
That's a real shit you gotta say.
But if we got in power, if by circumstance all the non-Black people just fell off the planet in a couple of days and we're here, dusty niggas, they're going to have to go. See, then we're going to have to do some cleaning, see? See, the problem is, let's be clear. The reason why, and look, a lot of people are complaining about dusty niggas. I know down in Atlanta, a little 7-year-old Black girl got killed by some dusty niggas, a stray bullet. I don't know what happened. I don't know all the details, but our babies are getting killed by these little dusty ass niggas. A lot of these dusty niggas are tethers from other places. And let me tell you something. These dusty niggas and tethers, they're protected by white supremacist society. Dusty niggas and tethers are protected. That's the reason why we can't get rid of these niggas. They're protected by white supremacist society. Notice the dusty niggas who do all the little grimy shit, they don't never get shot by the police. Notice the police never shoot niggas who's doing all the dusty shit and doing all the dusty nigga crimes. They always shoot the Black people who are trying to do something good for themselves. You notice that? Notice a Black person with a good job, a Black person who's a teacher. It's always a Black person trying to do something progressive who gets shot in the damn back. It's never the dusty niggas. Notice the race soldiers, when they're shooting the nigga who's in the middle of a bank robbery. You're not shooting the nigga who's in the middle of robbing a liquor store. You're not shooting the nigga who's in the middle of trying to molest somebody. You're not shooting them niggas. You know? dusty niggas are protected, just like that dusty nigga who killed my brother Nipsey. That dusty fuck nigga has been protected the minute he pulled that trigger and before. That shitty cuss nigga has been protected nonstop. Nigga, the whole hood was looking for that dude. They had that dude somewhere posted up, protected. That dude has been living the easy life. You understand? So we got to understand why we can't get rid of a lot of the dusty stuff that goes on in the community, because the dusty dudes are being protected. Law enforcement actually protects these dudes. And if we try to go at them, we get in trouble. If we want to clean our neighborhoods of dusty niggas, we'll get in trouble. Yeah? If you want to get a shitty cuz about your neighborhood, you will get in trouble by getting that dusty ass nigga out of the neighborhood. Yeah? Yeah. Sisters like Breonna Taylor, they running up in their house. It was a sister in Chicago. Decent job. They ran up in her house, gaffled her up. Yeah?
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
But the thing is, we're going to have to, if we're running things, let me tell you something. If we got into a position where we got rid of all the white supremacists, boy, y'all don't want me running things. And I have this shit so pristine and crisp. I have this thing running like a charm. Oh, I would have it running like a charm. First thing, all the dusty niggas got to go. Bum, hood rat, all that. That's going to have to go. Coon's going to have to go. Oh, this thing is going to be clean. Ain't nobody going to sit around, y'all. Ain't nobody going to be smoking crack and drinking lean and all that shit. Everybody's going to be on top of their game. I run this thing like a charm. Huh? Oh, I know what to do. We gonna eat. I got hookups for food, items, everything you need. Well, I got hookups all over the world for everything that'll sustain us. Hookups here. You see, so we got to be in the mindset of doing this type of stuff. Everything ain't supposed to be glamorous. See, everything ain't glamorous. Everything is not supposed to be glamorous. You got somebody got to lock the doors and do the hard work. Yeah? Even when I'm doing these movies, man, see, people, that's why I don't let nobody bootleg my movies. If I catch people bootlegging, I get at them. Because no, I'm not going to sit here and I'm doing the hard work and then you going to sit here and just get all the benefits after I done all the hard work. No. No, dusty nigga. No, dusty nigga. You're not going to sit up here and bootleg my shit. And I done sat up in my home for a whole year editing and working on this movie and getting all the resources and the images and the visuals and getting everything together to put this movie together. No. It's a lot of hard work that goes into this stuff. Yeah? But yeah, we're going to make everybody get some damn act right. Yeah, we running some saying, we capable of it. This is the thing. We're capable of doing a lot of things. If white society were to fall off tomorrow, we would be fine. We'd be fine. The problem is the whole dusty Negroes that white society created. That would be our problem. Progressive black folks would be fine. The dusty asses that try to maintain white supremacy and help them, those are going to be the problem. Temporarily, because we'll get them niggas straight. You understand? Let white mommy and white daddy ain't protecting these dusty niggas. Boy, it won't be no more crack selling, crack using, None of that stuff, because everybody will be able to maintain with the resources that we need. We get everybody working. Everybody's going to pull their own weight. You understand? And nigga, I'll close off the borders to tethered coons immediately. Let me run things. You watch how I do. I'd close off any dusty tethered coon. You ain't coming. I'll cut that off real quick. Oh, I get this in popping. You understand? I get this thing so popping.
That's what I'm talking about when it comes to suspect movies. You got suspect sound. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really kicking that real bang for those players out here. I have to bring it to y'all. Just go for sure. Simple game would be, just gotta line up. Bringing up real question. What are we gonna do? Looking around to take care of it. So we gotta be able to produce all these things for ourselves. I was just amazed by the whole thing. I'm like, how could this really be happening? Like everything else was going on. It's a big ass explosion for that. But it seemed to me that it's pretty much orchestrated because how come
At
no
this
one
point,
was
we've come to the conclusion that an individual named Anthony Warner is the bomber, that he was present when the bomb went off, and that he perished in the bombing. We base this conclusion on forensic evidence, including DNA evidence that you'll hear about, as well as evidence that was gathered at the scene of the bombing. Because this was a collaborative effort, what I want to do is turn the microphone over to each of the agency folks here. They're going to talk about their agency's role in the investigation and how the evidence that they gathered and how the tests that they conducted led us to this conclusion. So let me start out by introducing Tennessee Bureau of Investigation Director David Roush.
Thank you. I first want to say that we appreciate the collaborative effort that has taken place in this investigation. Local, state, and federal authorities have worked hand in hand in tandem around the clock since the incident, and it's paid off. TBI agents, analysts, and scientists have been assisting in this investigation from the start, gathering data, checking leads, coordinating interviews, and processing critical evidence in coordination with the FBI and the ATF. Overnight, TBI forensic scientists processed evidence from the crime scene for DNA testing. The evidence was compared to evidence collected by the person of interest in this case. Approximately midnight Central Time, forensic scientists with TBI confirmed a match of the DNA at both locations belonging to the person of interest in this case. TBI continues to support this ongoing investigation. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Again, my name is Doug Korneski, Special Agent in charge of the Memphis Field Office, responsible, which also covers Nashville. I want to take a moment to update you on the intensive efforts of our investigative team. Today, as Director Roush mentioned, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, as well as the FBI laboratory in Quantico, Virginia, completed their DNA testing of a sample of human remains recovered at the scene. Those results were consistent with the suspect identified by U.S. Attorney Cochran. We're still following leads, but right now there is no indication that any other persons were involved. We reviewed hours of security video surrounding the recreational vehicle, as well as we saw no other people involved around that vehicle. Again, this information is what we know after just a few days of investigative efforts. Crucial tips from the public, corroborated by other investigative activity by our team, initially identified a likely suspect. Some expert work by Tennessee Highway Patrol subsequently uncovered a vehicle identification number from the remains of the suspect's RV that were positively matched to a vehicle registered to that individual. We continue to ask that those who may have known the suspect or encountered him contact our team at the 1-800-CALL-FBI phone number. These pieces of information will help us understand the suspect's motives. These answers won't come quickly and will still require a lot of our team's effort. Though we may be able to answer some of these questions as our investigation continues, none of those answers will ever be enough for those who have been affected by this event. We still have work to do, Our evidence response teams will continue to process the scene downtown, and our agents will continue to follow on each and every tip that we receive. As is often said by the FBI, the greatest crime-fighting weapon we have is the cooperation of all law enforcement with the help and understanding of the citizens we serve. Thank you, and I'd like to now turn it over to ATF Special Agent in Charge, French.
Thank you. My name is Mickey French. I'm the Special Agent in Charge for the ATF Nashville Field Division. I'd like to commend all my fellow state and local partners. We've had a tremendous working relationship in this investigation. ATF's brought unique resources to this investigation to include the National Center for Explosives Training and Research, which we call NCETR, ATF's accredited national response team and all of its specialists, as well as the United States Bomb Data Center. These were crucial and instrumental to provide links and resources in this investigation. Additionally, the ability to leverage technology with traditional law enforcement techniques has been crucial in bringing this case to a relatively close. Although we still have a lot of investigation to do, we've gotten off to a great partnership and great start, and it's been tremendous. Thank you.
Nazis. I don't care if it's Hitler's personal pleasure cruiser. This is the only ship that came across the last.
I cannot truly describe all the hard work that has gone into this investigation since Friday's explosion. We've had hundreds of ATF, FBI, THP, and TBI partner with us in this investigation. And we can tell you that Anthony Warner is the man believed to be responsible for this horrible crime. There is no indication presently that anyone else was involved in this crime. As I've said earlier and several times before, Nashville is considered safe. There are no known threats against this city. A renewed curfew is going into effect beginning at 4:30 this afternoon in the area impacted by the blast. It'll be James Robinson Parkway, the 4th Avenue, the Broadway, and the Cumberland River. At noon tomorrow, the curfew will be in place, narrowed into the impacted area around Union, 4th Avenue North, Broadway, and the Cumberland River. The footprint will get smaller as processing of the blast scene continues by the FBI and the ATF.
Okay, at this time we'll try to take a few questions. I know it's kind of hard to hear out here, and we'll address it to the appropriate agency. Just a second.
I didn't hear the question. That's still all early in the investigation, right?
I have a question for the FBI.
I'm sorry. No, he was not. The VIN number, you want to talk about that?
Well, our special agents with Tennessee Highway Patrol are trained in that. We have responsibilities there, and they were able to come out starting Christmas night and then coming again once daylight, came up the next day, yesterday, and just help identify on particular vehicle parts. I can't answer that exactly. Vehicle parts help connect the vehicle to the suspect. I believe tips and other information came in to help identify him.
Question for the FBI. I was curious, regarding the actual questioning of I know that there have been associates of Warner that have been questioned about a 5G paranoia that he may have had. What can you help us about that?
So right now we're looking at any and all possible motives. We're not at a position where we can speculate on that now. We are interviewing individuals that we've identified that are known to the suspect. We are also asking the public to they know him, they know I've spoken to him or know his ideology or anything that might have motivated him, we're interested in speaking to you. So again, we're looking for those tips. That is still under investigation. We're collecting evidence from the crime scene is being processed at our laboratory. We're still working on all those issues. We can't comment on that at this point.
Do you consider this an act of terror?
We're aware of certain things online, and we're looking at every possible.
Do you consider this domestic terrorism at this point?
Sorry. We can't comment on any of that right now.
Yeah, comment. Let's look into this guy's back. Who's this woman character?
We're able to have a known sample and then collect some items from the suspect, from some relatives as well, and be able to match that DNA positively with his. When we're just matching two samples, it can be done rather quickly. I can't comment on where we got it.
Do you consider this domestic terrorism?
I can't comment at this point.
Full investigation. That could just be me. Say over 3 people.
We do want to bring in NBC News contributor Frank Figluzzi. He is the former assistant director for counterintelligence at the FBI, and his new book, The FBI Way, Inside the Bureau's Code of Excellence, is out next week. Frank, good morning. Thank you for being here on a busy news day. Let's start with these really perplexing set of facts. You have that RV that blared out a warning that some type of an explosion was coming. It happened on Christmas Day, so not a whole lot of people around. What does this tell you about the motive? We also know that that RV was parked near the AT&T building.
Yeah, look, as much as we're talking about what we don't know this morning, there's an awful lot that we do know. And that crime scene and that choice of timing and the building it may have been parked in front of tell us volumes, perhaps, about who this person is or what his or her intentions might be. So the choice of 6:30 a.m. Christmas morning is a deliberate choice that tells us that we know the roads won't be crowded with pedestrians or car traffic. So the intention seems not to be aimed at killing people, but rather perhaps sending a message to the office or office buildings in that area. Secondly, we see a desire to draw the police in through this call for suspicious gunfire, which, by the way, might be part of the recording. The sounds that we're hearing from witnesses that they heard of gunshots might even be a recorded message, just like the warning to evacuate. But nevertheless, it brings police in. So there's a decision here being made to not hurt people right away. Now, here's what we don't know, Kristen. We don't know if that means that this is over, that his target has been achieved, and that he's satisfied with what's happened, or whether this is a warning. I can play with the police. I can bring you here. I can choose at my time and place to hurt or not hurt. And that would mean there's more coming.
And Frank, it was announced pretty quickly that the FBI would be leading this investigation. Is that an indication that this was an act of terrorism?
We should not draw any conclusions from this other than the fact that after the 9/11 attacks, it's now presumed that something of this size and scope and this magnitude of damage will be terrorism unless it can be disproven. That's a reverse of the attitude that took place before 9/11. So don't read anything particularly into this, that there's an international or
domestic group tied to this, but rather that we're likely to see federal charges. And I would assume that the U.S. Attorney's Office there would be thinking seriously of a weapons of mass destruction charge because of the magnitude of damage done here.
And Frank, we know that investigators are examining tissue that was found at the scene. Where does the investigation go from here? And you mentioned the fact that the suspect hasn't been caught yet.
Yeah, this is what the FBI does best because it's going to surge its laboratory and evidence crime scene technicians from all over the country into this. And that tissue will be found to be either human or not. And they'll draw as much as they can from it, including possible DNA that could possibly be a match in a DNA laboratory. So that's an incredible lead. It might even be the subject's tissue, which means he committed suicide or was destroyed in the bombing. But there's a massive amount of work to be done here because of the AT&T presence. I would start with a team going through all complaint calls, all of the letters and chronic complainers to that particular office and location of that company, because that could tie us to a motive. But again, motive isn't really going to drive this investigation. It's the hard physical evidence, security cameras, CCTV, eyewitnesses, etc., that's going to solve this case.
Yeah, the hard work will be getting underway today. All right, Frank Figluzzi, thank you so much for the great information. Appreciate it.
If you're tired of reading about other people getting rich in the stock market, this might be a good day for you. And that's because Motley Fool Canada is offering a full 65% off its top stock picking service, Stock Advisor Canada, plus a complete membership feedback guarantee. So if you've heard about the Fools and their market-beating stock picks, you probably don't want to miss checking this out. And there is a good reason why they're offering this 65% off today, which I'll get to in a moment. You see, renowned investor Ian Butler just revealed his next great stock idea. And I don't know about you, but I always pay attention when some of the best growth investors in the world give me a stock tip. But please note that as of right now, you could miss out because you may not be on the list to receive the stock ideas. You see, Ian and his team only release these new recommendations to members of Stock Advisor Canada. Lucky for you, it's not too late to join. So I'm going to show you the simple steps to get on the list to receive the stock picks today. But first, let me tell you why you might want to listen to the experts at Stock Advisor Canada. Motley Fool Stock Advisor Canada has been helping investors find great stocks since 2013. Though not every pick is done as well as these, the full list of winners is much longer. And here's the bottom line. Over the last 7 years, Motley Fool Stock Advisor Canada's average stock pick has returned 32%. And that's more than tripling the return of the TSX over that time period. And that's the reason Stock Advisor Canada is the greatest bargain in the financial industry, in my opinion. Now, you can't go back in time and invest in those stocks I mentioned earlier, but you can join today and be among the first people to hear about Ian's newest picks. For details on how you can join Stock Advisor Canada at 65% off, plus get our membership feedback guarantee and put yourself on that list.
2 minutes ago. You're back at it. You're back at it. So let me just tell y'all like this, man. Don't be a suspect. Who's your suspect? A suspect. One suspect. One suspect. Take it. There's a lot of shit that needs to be uncovered. trying a lot of things. Hold it back. Why the ramping it up? Got too many things over there. Purchase your tracks. I can really see what it is. Oh, this is wrong. Probably not there. And we have time. Education, sustainability, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand the global warming thing, you know, some people are less wasteful. Who do you think they're talking about? Yeah, like, the population needs to be reduced. All these wasteful people on the planet, which is people because they don't want to see us prosper, get to that level where we have to take over and control things. You see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So it could go a whole other way. And they know that, so they're like, may as well just keep them in this slump. There's a lot. I mean, one of the things that tells us that it's way too deep. Losing the heavy lifting. Shit. Right? It's like I could feel it. It will take a toll. It comes to it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's your boy Matt Music. I feel like, yo, this new year will be a defining year. Separate the men from the boys. First century, the 21st year. And then we out here. What back now? And my slogan. People be on the field. Peace.